Hey guys, Will here again with Happily Ever Outdoors. So today I wanted to show you a couple of more products from our good friends over at ForDirectionsBushcraft.com. We're going to be taking a look at the 4DB Elite Ferrocerium Rod as well as their Premium Missouri Fatwood Stick. This generously oversized ferro rod comes in at 7.79 inches in length and ½ an inch in diameter. So you've got plenty of fire starting tool to work with right here. It also comes with a pretty good length of paracord attached due to the way that they have it braided. This is pretty good quality paracord from what I can tell. It's a nice kind of camo pattern, and the way they have it braided, you've got a pretty good length right there. It also has an included camo carabiner, which has their website ForDirectionsBushcraft.com printed on it. Next up, let's take a look at their Premium Missouri Fatwood Stick. As I mentioned earlier, this does come in a couple different sizes. This is like their regular size, which is pretty good size. It's a decent diameter on it. So you've got a lot of material you can work with over an extended period of time. And I already tested. You can look up my other review on their Fatwood handle ferro rod, which is basically like the two of these put together more or less. So I'm already well aware of the quality of this Fatwood. So it does burn very, very well. You can tell by the odor of it, or at least I can. You can't tell in the video, but this is good stuff. It's going to burn well. It also has the exact same style and amount of paracord on there and the carabiner that I showed you on their ferro rod. This ferro rod currently goes for right around $16 on their website, whereas the Premium Missouri Fatwood Stick goes for right at $6. You can also get a mini version of this Fatwood Stick for about $4.50. Okay guys, now that we've talked about the specs and shown you how pretty these guys are, let's get to what really matters. How well do they work? Now this is a brand new ferro rod. I haven't even scratched this one up yet. You can see it's still got the full coating on it. So we're gonna go ahead and test this out, see how easy it is to get started up so you guys can see and see what kind of sparks this thing will throw. So just like any other ferro rod, it's easier just to take a little time up front and just kind of clear off a track so you've got a clean space to work with. By the way, just cleaning it, I don't know if you can see in the video, but it's already trying to throw sparks. So that's a good sign. So let's try this thing out. Okay, I'm seeing some good sparks. Yeah, look at that. Jumping and spitting all over the place. That's really good. And what's nice about it is because it's such a large diameter and it's so long, it gives you so much surface area to work with, especially if you're working with a larger knife like this. This is a Condor Crotalis you see right here. You've really got a lot of room to work and make some big sparks. So before we test out this Fatwood here, I want to try this ferro rod by itself. We're going to try to find some halfway dry grass around here. As you can see, it's been snowing, so things are a little bit damp. Well guys, it looks like it is just not going to happen. This grass is a little too wet. I just do not think I'm going to be able to get it to going. So that's where having some good tinder like this can make all the difference. Imagine it was like this, winter snow on the ground. I was lost out somewhere overnight and I couldn't find any dry tinder that I could get a fire started with. That can make the difference between life and death. Some nights it's cold enough, you're just not going to make it through the night without some source of heat. So we're going to go ahead and try out some of this 4DB Fatwood right here and see if we can use a little bit of this to get this wet grass going. Now, I've already used some of Chris's Fatwood before, and he has definitely impressed me. He does a good job of finding this stuff, let me tell you. And these sections work really great because they're just a really nice size to be able to work with. You can kind of get a good grip on them, and all you gotta do is just shave off however much fatwood you think you need to get things going. You can kind of get bigger chunks off of it if you're trying to keep something burning for just a little bit longer. If you don't have a lot of, good small tinder to work with, you can kind of use that to give you a little bit of a longer burn. Otherwise, you can just try to shave it down real small so it'll catch nice and easy. Okay, so we've got a little bit of shavings there. I'm not going to go crazy because I really don't think I need to. So we've got that. We've got our little bit of damp grass there. Let's go ahead and use just a little bit more. Now, one thing I have found with fatwood is that when it is warmer out, I mean, the stuff will just light like crazy. I mean, half the time you'll get like half of a strike on your Ferro rod. You won't even get a good strike, and you just get a tiny spark and it'll catch. It seems like when it's colder out like this, that sometimes it doesn't catch quite as easy. So you can go a little more generous with the amount of fatwood that you're using. Try to shave it a little bit finer. Give yourself the best chance of getting it going nice and easy without you having to sit there and kill yourself. There we go. Look at that. And I'll be honest with you, I am not the bushcraftiest guy around. I'm certainly working on it, trying to get my skills up with a ferro rod and some other different stuff. But even for somebody like me, who's not necessarily like an old pro, you can see how easy that was for me to get it going. And if you have a hard time getting it started, just use a little bit of extra fatwood to help you out. As you get better, you get a little more accurate with your ferro strikes. You get a little more efficient. You won't need as much to get you started. But this stuff is definitely a great equalizer. Really makes it nice and simple and easy for you to get a fire started. You can see just that little bit of shavings that I had there. It'll go for a pretty good while, and it's burning very, very hot. So if I was really trying to get a fire going right here, which I'm not, but you can see that this has given me a lot of time. It's still burning. This is still a good flame. So if I was really trying to, get some little sticks set up and kind of build a fire, this gives you a lot of leeway to get things going. So this is definitely another great product from Four Directions Bushcraft. I am not surprised. Love the ferro rod. Sometimes it's the simplest things in life, that are the best. And there's nothing like a big ol' huge ferro rod. It just makes things so much nicer. And you can see by the the size and the diameter of this, I'm gonna get a lot of life out of this thing. I mean, it's gonna take me a long time to wear it out. So definitely worth the money in my opinion. And once again, no surprise to me, another really, really awesome piece of fatwood. I'm telling you, I don't know how he finds all this stuff, but I am glad that he does, because I love using it. All right, so I am not surprised, but I am very impressed with everything here. Thank you, Chris, once again for putting out some really great products. Really simple, really easy to use, and incredibly effective. So definitely something I would recommend. There's stuff out there you can spend a lot more money for some of the other stuff on the market, and you're not going to get as good of a performance, in my opinion, as you see right here. So definitely recommend the Ferro rod as well as the Fatwood. Well worth the money. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This concludes our review of the Elite Ferrocerium Rod as well as the Premium Missouri Fatwood Stick from 4 Directions Bushcraft. Feel free to leave your comments and questions below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to look us up on Facebook, Twitter, and our blog. For more products like this, head on over to 4directionsbushcraft.com.